very good time. If I were to go back and give myself advice, I would say it's a lot more work than you think. And no matter what I'd say to myself,
That's probably good advice for the guys.
it's pretty intense, but at the same time, it's just a great experience, great life experience.
So you came on the tour first. It was your first time,
This is
first trip.
yes, my first time.
And how long you were on a website before?
About a year and a half, 2 years.
About a year and a half, 2 years. So you've been corresponding, observing. What was your game plan?
I emailed back and forth here and there. Then I actually love the fact that on the website it mentions only correspond so much before you go on a tour. I took that advice, and I'm glad I did.
So a year and a half letter writing, and then 2 socials, 1 meeting with a girl, and it's second date already.
Yes.
So obviously it's better to come and meet than to write letters.
Oh, absolutely. It's not even close.
How you decided to come to Ukraine? Because we have the military time right now. We are having the war, and I know not a lot of guys will actually make that decision, and we actually don't recommend as a U.S. embassy, don't come to Ukraine because it's not safe. How you made this decision?
I made the decision because I've been on the site for a year and a half, 2 years, and I knew what's been going on in Ukraine. I tried to look at other countries. I was like, okay, let's go here, let's go there. But there was just something about the Ukraine that drove me. And I woke up one day, logged on, and saw the letter that the tour is going on. And it felt like the universe was just speaking to me.
It wasn't university, it's our producers. Now we're going to call them universe team. Tell me, how was the trip here? I know that your trip was horrible here. You got here like through the rocks and...
The trip was tough. My first plane got canceled. Then I had to do a train and a plane, or a train and then a bus. The bus ride was very difficult. Even before I got here, I was happy I made the trip because I met some of the kindest people who didn't speak English. My credit card didn't work.
Another Monday night webcast. It's good to see you. So today I'm by myself. I know you're missing John, but he'll be back shortly for you. So today we have a poll question for you, which would be, if you could change one dating decision, what would it be and why? So sometimes guys say that I would change my financial decisions before I make a decision to go on a tour and meet ladies. Sometimes I wish I would done it sooner. So let me know what it is for you. I'd be happy to hear that. Just to remind you, we have some tours coming up. The first one would be Cebu, Philippines. Hypothetically, you can get on it, although it starts in 3 days. But hey, there's next flight to Philippines still available, so you can be the last guy on that tour. You never know. It starts August 22nd, as I mentioned. Bangkok, Thailand, August 29. Wonderful destination. We have wonderful stuff in Thailand. Actually, we get tons of marriages and engagement from that destination. Of course, we have Medellin starting the same day, August 29th, and Costa Rica, September 26th. So that one definitely coming up. Also, we have 2 tours to Ukraine. I don't know if you guys noticed that on the schedule. I know a lot of you don't check that European tour schedule regularly, but we, as announcement, we have Odessa and Kiev tour, Odessa/Kiev tour coming up October 18th through 25th. So it's a dual city tour. We haven't done that in a while. And Anna, Odessa office manager, is gonna lead that tour. So those guys that want to be on the tour, definitely recommend to jump on it. It's halfway full already, so we have about 5 spots left, because we're gonna take only 10 guys on that tour. So about 5 spots left. So I'd recommend to sign up as fast as you can. Don't lose your spot, or at least put yourself on the wait list if you're not too sure yet, but if somebody cancels, you can join it. And of course, my tour in November, Thanksgiving tour to Kiev. It's Kiev only. It's gonna be November 22nd, so I'll be more than happy to see you guys in Kiev. So November 22nd. All right. And don't forget to send in your questions and poll answers. Also, just to let you know, guys, we're gonna have a couple of videos, special videos for you tonight. The first one is gonna be Mike, the one that just took Ukraine tour this summer with Anna. So she recorded another interview with him because I got so many emails from you guys. By the way, we do have two Annas in this office, and guys keep confusing us. So there are two Annas. But I got a lot of comments and feedback on that interview. A lot of guys were happy to see it, and you guys were asking if there are going to be any follow-up interviews. Well, here we go. Here's the follow-up interview with Mike, so he can give you more insight on traveling to Ukraine in this current situation. And in the second brief video we're gonna have from recent Peru tour, which actually our Costa Rica
Hello, guys,
office manager Gustavo was there, and he recorded some special videos for us. But we're gonna have that in a little bit. Couple comments we have as of now. B Savage says, would love to go to Ukraine, but damn that war. Well, again, we do have a couple tours coming up. We just have one tour that successfully ended in Ukraine. There were 10 guys. Some of them met, actually, a lot of them met special ladies. They followed up with them. Of course, nobody can say they're going to be married just because people just met yet. But we'll see where it leads. And the guys are happy. Everybody returned back safe to their destination. Of course, we keep reminding you guys it is still a war zone and you have to proceed with caution. But the first tour was a success, and that's why we put 2 more on the list. Mark says, good evening, Anna. Well, good evening, Mark. Thank you for watching again. Primary House says, how are people still dating Ukrainians in Ukraine if there is a major war? Well, as I just mentioned, we just had the successful tour completed. But in the meantime, before we even decided to put this tour together, I had so many guys traveling there on an individual basis. They kept asking, are we gonna have a tour? We're gonna have a tour. I said, we're saying, well, not quite yet. No, we're not there yet. And they just went on their own, without a tour, without really, they will support once they get to destination, whether it's Kiev or Odessa. But until then, they had to figure out logistics and doing their own stuff. And everybody were fine. I would have literally dozens guys every month traveling to Ukraine, different parts of Ukraine. Sometimes people decide to even go to the not so safe areas, which we strongly recommended against. So if somebody wants to go to Dnipro or anywhere close to war zone, I'm saying no, please don't. But hey, you want to go, don't. What can we do? We can't, just chain you up. So if you want to go. But so many guys met special ladies, and again, as far as individual guys, I had guys who did individual club tours in the past 2.5 years. I had a few dozens of those guys that completed individual tours. Guys that traveled just for individual introductions because they were corresponding with some ladies and they want to meet them in person. That happened too. And those guys who didn't feel like traveling to Ukraine, which again also totally understandable, they met ladies outside of Ukraine, so if you're corresponding with someone, you can always ask her to do a video call with you. After you talk on that video call, you can ask her, so how do you feel about meeting me in Poland or Moldova, whatever it is, close to her geographically. In so many cases, ladies would agree. Afterwards, they would see a man on the video, and would schedule that as well. So many options. Again, if you're not comfortable traveling to Ukraine, which is fine, we can schedule your meetings in Europe. Just talk to your ladies and let us know. We'd be happy to proceed. Blue says, if we would have known about the last Ukrainian tour, I wouldn't have went to Mexico, but I met someone there. Well, I'm so happy you met your fiance in Mexico. See, sometimes things happen for a reason. So you're just not meant to go to Ukraine, and your special person was waiting for you in Mexico, and it all matters. And again, looking forward to going to your wedding. Well, thank you so much for that. I'm glad you met your special person. And a couple more questions or answers. Renee, group tour from Kiev to Odessa. The gentlemen real risk takers. Well, most likely, actually, I'm gonna be there myself for that. I'm not gonna be tour leader, but I'm probably gonna be doing some other stuff. So, hey, if I'm doing it, I probably should give you an idea. No, that's. I think it's not a bad idea for the guys to. If you go to Ukraine at this time, you're really, going on a group tour with a tour leader. It's better to travel an organized trip. I'm not saying Ukraine is not a war zone. There is still a war in Ukraine, and we always advise you to think twice before you do it. But hey, things we do for love. And yeah, I'm going there myself. What else I can tell you? Twice, October and November. So. Carrari says, "Hi, how do black men fare in with Ukrainian women?" We did have quite a few African-American gentlemen on the tours throughout the years to Ukraine. And overall, the experience was very positive. I would always recommend to go on a group tour versus individual tour in this case, because it's better meet people in the group settings. It's just, Ukraine is a little bit challenging destination as far as that goes, but, socials is where that, and I would recommend the group tours, the most successful option. And another comment, Primary House says, I cannot even find flights to Kyiv. Well, maybe it is because Ukraine is no-fly zone for 2.5 years. Nobody can fly into Ukraine because you can be a target of missile attack. You cannot fly anywhere there. So what people do nowadays, you would fly to Poland or Moldova, depends where in Ukraine you're traveling to. So if you travel to Kyiv or that area, you would fly to Warsaw, Krakow, and take a train or bus from there. Or if you travel to Odessa, you would fly to Moldova and take a bus, which takes about 3-4 hours, depending how much you spend on the border patrol. So yeah, there are definitely options, but no, of course you cannot fly to Ukraine. That's not an option at this time. But anyway, guys, we have a special video for you coming up. Another interview with Mike that just recently took our tour to Ukraine. Another interview. I'm sure you'd be interested to see it.
Hello, Mike. I'm so happy to see you today again.
Again, yeah.
Again. But today we're not going to discuss your social that much. We're going to discuss another thing. I heard, the bird told me, that you met a really nice lady.
Very nice, very nice. As a matter of fact, I'm getting on a train to Kharkiv here pretty quickly.
And she got a ticket for you already?
It's coming through. She's working on it now.
So tell us. Oh, you went on a social. So last time we had it was Sunday before the social, right?
Yeah, it was.
Before the second social. Let's start from the beginning. How did you like the Sunday social?
The Sunday social, it was more organized and more relaxed than the Saturday social. The Saturday one was fun, but it was,
It was a lot of girls and you didn't know.
overwhelming. We had 150 women to 9 guys. So
It's a pretty good ratio.
yeah, that was too much. It was crazy. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. Met a bunch of wonderful women, of course, which you're always going to do on an AFA tour. On Sunday social, I met Yana. And our eyes met, and we clicked right away. We had a quick conversation because we were doing the speed dating, 10 minutes a table thing. And we concentrated on each other during that 10 minutes. And before it was over, we immediately had set up a coffee date for the next morning at 9 o'clock. There's nothing formal, just quick coffee, cake, and, let's say hi and introduce ourselves. And we ended up hiring a private car with a driver and spent the entire day together. And we went all over Kyiv, seeing the sights and just thoroughly.
So you showed me the picture with the churches.
Everywhere.
You actually saw more probably of Kyiv for one day that I saw for all my life.
Yeah. And we had the time. We were in no hurry. I had no dates lined up, which you and I discussed. And
yes.
Yeah, John, I got a spanking for that. But
I have the written document that you asked me not to schedule any more dates for you. I asked you to write it down, made a photo with you and that sign.
Yep, it was a legal document. Chicken scratch, MR, done.
Yeah.
So, but no, we had a wonderful time. We really hit it off. And she came all the way from Kharkiv.
Yes.
Just for the social on Sunday. 5-hour train ride. She didn't want to do it alone, so she brought one of her friends, Paulina, and their neighbors, childhood kids, they grew up together, so she was comfortable not coming by herself. And so I took the two of them with us all day Sunday. And it It was great, and we had, exchanged numbers, obviously. I had numerous conversations, and I've met her father already.
My God.
Yeah.
So one day you understood that she's probably the one, and you met the father.
Yeah.
So she probably understood that as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 So, yeah, we had a video call Sunday evening. She had to take the train ride back.
Yeah.
And we talked, and I said, let me know when you're on the train, and let me know when you're home. And she
Yeah, and that's right. You have to take care that girl got home safe.
Absolutely. And she videoed me when she got home, and then put her father on, and introduced me to her father, and they invited me to Kharkiv for a few days to come down so that they can show me their city and where they live, and the living conditions in the city at this time because of the war. And she's going to take me to the university where she went to school. All her favorite, it's her hometown.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited because it's really a wonderful feeling.
Did you expect anything like that from the ladies?
No, I mean, like we talked before, it's my first event, and no expectations. And I knew I was coming to Ukraine, a country, during the war under martial law. I had no idea what to expect. But I have watched the AFA videos and see how things work, and I was like, you know what? Let's get off the couch and go.
Did those tips that we usually gave, and I tell clients, if you can go, the age difference should be appropriate. Did it help? Did you listen?
Oh, I listened to everything. I've studied you very well. I got on a plane and came, didn't I?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and the age difference, most of the women that I've met, not an issue. Now, I'm 59, Yana's 37. Little bit outside the range, but we're close enough.
It's close enough.
Exactly.
It cannot be like directly 20 years, and if it's 20 and in 1 month, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But it is close enough.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, everything's fine. We hit it on all cylinders. Every box was checked. Some boxes were checked twice. She's a country girl. She loves horses, and I live in the country, and have a pecan plantation and have a vineyard, and her dad makes wine. So I mean, just everything just came together.
Yeah, as I've always suggested, when we told you and Helen told you in the beginning, tell them where you live so a girl will know.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. When you do the speed dating, your criteria, the things that are necessary to start a relationship, you have to bring out of the gate right away. And one of the first questions I ask is, are you a city girl or a country girl? Would you consider living in the country? I live in the country, so that's, it's a package deal. And they were not shy to tell me, I've met some beautiful women that were really, really nice, and they were city. Would never consider the country.
Yeah.
Shook their hand and said, it was a pleasure to meet you, and moved on. So
I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
And I really want this work for you.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, and for Ukrainian ladies, actually, to bring you to the family, to show you to the father, to mother, grandmother, friends, that's very important, and it's a very big step, and she's taking that step. It's a very good sign.
Yes.
And everything what you told us, you show the pictures, and you together look good, actually, really.
Yeah, I think so.
And I hope at least one invitation for the wedding I will get,
I told you, guaranteed.
Okay, and that videos as well, and then we'll see. None of them will invite us for the wedding. Yeah.
Phoenix and South Carolina, that's not that far of a flight.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
so.
I like South Carolina actually.
Yeah,
It's very green, very nice. And as I told, Ukrainian village and United States village, it's two different words.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have roads in the village.
Yeah.
You have roads, you have stores, you have everything. In Ukrainian village, there is no roads, only signs with the name of the village, and that's it. So
Exactly, and that came up numerous times during conversation with the women, because country to me is totally different from country to them, and they were like, well, it depends on the conditions, and I know what their conditions are, and so I was able to explain them to a little bit, and then they're like, oh yeah, maybe consider it, but Yana, she's all in. All in. Yep.
Right
She sent me pictures of her with her horses, and I showed her pictures of my horses and me with them, and it was a perfect match. Perfect
that sounds
match.
great for me.
Yeah.
Tell me, remind me, how many years or months you were on a website before you decided to go on a tour?
16 months.
16 months.
Yeah, and I talked to John about this, because I was interested in Ukrainian women.
Yeah.
And with the war going on, all tours were postponed.
Yeah.
And I, a little frustrated, but there's nothing anybody can do. And so I just wrote it out, and all of a sudden John called and said, Mike, tour coming up real quick. Get your name in the hat. I was the first one to sign up.
Yes, actually, yes. You are the first one and all the lines for us.
So, and
Are you happy that you made the tour?
oh God, yeah, the best experience of my life. The Caribbean cruises are great, but this just topped everything.
Yeah, that's what I tell to the guys always.
Yeah.
If they have time for vacation for the cruise, they can go on any of the tour and they will have assistants. How helpful were assistant in-house? How helpful were Helen? She's
Couldn't
your
have done it without them. Yeah, I mean, Helen and yourself, Helen's been great. I've been with her. I came early.
Yes.
And so I got to spend a couple of days with her one-on-one and get to know her. And just phenomenal. I mean, everything that I need, everything that I asked for, I received. And she gave me numerous suggestions. She even sent me to get my nails done, guys. True story. And absolutely marvelous. And you're the mama bear. I check in with you
Thank
every
you.
evening.
Yes, and I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah.
I said next time I will just have the trackers, bracelets, guys.
Yeah.
So I just will know where you're at. Like right now, I have your phone on track, and
Oh yeah, no, she's monitoring every footstep I make right now.
Yeah,
So
because he's going in Kharkiv. Kharkiv is literally like 30 miles from the border with Belarus.
Yes.
So I really, really worry that you're going there, and we told you we would not recommend you to go there at all, and we would prefer if she would bring her family to meet you in Kiev. But you're adult man, you know what you're doing. It's your decisions.
Yeah, and we discussed that. And her father and grandmother are so excited to meet me, and they want to show me
Where they
their
live.
home and where they live. Because I told them, I said, just put everybody on a train, climb up. I'll put you up in a hotel for a few days, get you out of Kharkiv,
Yes,
get away
yes.
from. Take a break, take a little
That's
vacation.
what we suggested.
And she liked that idea, but it would disappoint Papa and Grandma because they're excited for me to come visit them, and so. You can't say no to that. I have to
You
go.
cannot say no
Yeah.
to that.
If-
And as we agreed, can you guys both get on a camera tomorrow on a Zoom call with us?
Yes.
So I will see both of you.
Yeah, I'm taking care of my laptop right now. I'm trying to rebook my flight, cancel my bus tickets, guys, because I'm staying a few more days than I was supposed to.
And that's good. And that's actually what we always recommend. If you come in on a tour, on any tour that we have, Colombia, Mexico, Peru, Philippines, China, get few more extra days, because in situations like that, if you will meet the girl that you really like, and we always hope that you're gonna do, that you will meet the really nice ladies, you need few more days to figure it out, the whole relationship situation. You need a few more days to get to know each other better. In this case, he needs to meet her family, and that's the big step for the girls.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm telling you, my father, he met my husband, like literally after he proposed me.
Yeah.
So, and we lived in the same city. We're not like, he wasn't from abroad.
right.
We lived in the same city, but I didn't want him to know my family before I'm going to be 100% sure that he's going to be my husband.
Yeah, and we're going for the family right away, which is a beautiful thing. That's a great sign.
Yes.
She is serious, and so am I.
I do wish you luck in that, and I'm waiting for that invitation.
I
At least
promise.
invitation,
Yeah, if you show up or not, as long as I get you the invitation,
Yes.
I fulfilled my obligation.
And I hope everything gonna be great.
Yeah.
I wish you, and please text me, but I will track you.
I know.
That you're coming back safe to Kyiv at least.
Yeah, and it's a funny little joke I told her. If you see my cell phone slowly making its way to the Belarus border, just go ahead and call John and tell him we lost one.
We lost. Yeah, because literally I'm not gonna be able to do anything
Right?
else. You
I'm
know?
not going to be able to. I just let John know
Yeah, that's why
that
I
I
asked
said
you.
thank you.
That's why I asked you first question. Did she check with you about your health? How do you have 2 kidneys, liver?
Yeah.
How is it? Just
Yeah,
to sure.
no, if that question came up, we'd be having a different discussion right now.
That's
definitely.
always a joke. It was all a joke.
But no, absolutely wonderful, guys. Watch the AFA videos. Listen to what John has to say. The man, he's been doing this for 30 years. He's a professional. He knows what he's doing. And he'll tell you, don't sit there and be a keyboard Romeo. Don't sit there and write letters and go, oh, I wish I could do this, wish I could do that. You can do it. Just get the ticket, go.
It's better to regret what you did that you did not.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, if I had missed this, we wouldn't be sitting here right now, and I would not be as happy as I am.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Have a safe trip to Kharkiv.
Yes, you were so sweet.
Thank you.
Second interview with Mike. Again, a lot of you guys I was looking forward to. So here's more advice and information from Mike. So let's get back to the questions. Mark says, how would someone transfer tour credits to me if they choose to? Well, Mark, it's hard to answer this question because technically tour credits are not transferable, but you can send email to Michelle at our group desk, department's group desk at lovememail.com, or you can dial extension 2009 and talk to her about it. But normally it's not transferable, but see if something can be done about it. Zone says, Ukrainian women always look so gorgeous, just like you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate this. All right, the next question or answer. Ulysses, any trips advised travel in Ukraine? On a month to travel for 3 weeks, if credit cards work, are there good places to exchange currency, etc. So credit cards do work, but you do have to call your bank and let them know you're traveling abroad, especially to a place like Ukraine, because otherwise they might suspend any transactions coming up as potential fraud. So you definitely have to let them know that's coming up. Credits and debit cards work. Debit cards you can use at any ATM. Just keep in mind that your bank will charge 99.9% chance foreign transaction exchange rate. So they're gonna, like in my case, for example, I noticed every time when I use my debit or just random credit cards, they charge me $3 to $5 transaction fee plus very horrible exchange rate on the transaction itself. So it's not very beneficial. So again, for me personally, for traveling overseas, I like to use like airlines travel credit cards because they do not charge foreign transaction fees. So for me, it worked quite well, saves me a lot of money. But again, in your case, if you don't do that, I would recommend to get some cash and exchange it upon arrival. You can exchange it in so many places. You can do it at the, you can do it at the airport since you're not flying to Ukraine. But you can do it at the train station. There are some exchange kiosks there. They not always have the best exchange rate, but I'll suggest exchange maybe $200-300 just for a little cash for just for the first few days, so you can buy yourself some water, some food, miscellaneous things, pay for taxi, whatever is needed, pay some tips for the bellboy at the hotel. And once you check in your hotel, if you're going to Ukraine in this case, to Kiev or Odessa, then our staff can point you out in direction or take you to the nearest bank that has the best exchange rate, and you can exchange your money for, for the local currency. So you can pay with that. All right, see more questions. Raj says, I'm going to Malaysia in November. Well, we don't offer any service in Malaysia, but I'm glad. And Kiev in December. Well, it's going to be also a wonderful destination. Just keep in mind, closer it gets to Christmas time, busier, not necessarily the staff going to get, but ladies going to be busy with their holidays plans. So many ladies going to travel out of town. That's why it's a general advice we give to guys. So when you're planning on traveling to whatever destination, check the local holidays, because it's very important. Like if you're going to Philippines for Christmas or between Christmas and New Year's time, so many ladies going to be traveling back to their provinces to spend holidays with their families. So if you plan on scheduling introductions, not only our office is going to be close to a part of this time, but ladies not going to be there. So it just doesn't make sense. So talk to our staff, talk to ladies before you go, make sure they're available during your travel dates. All right. Renee says, Kharkiv is literally on the Russia-Ukraine border. It is, and that's why we do not recommend to travel there. It's so close. They do have a lot of missile and other kind of attacks there, and it's absolutely not safe, and we tell guys not to go there. The same. Kharkov, Dnipro, Zaporozhye, we strongly advise against going there. Some guys don't listen to our advice. You're growing up adults. If you want to go, you go, but we tell you not to go there because it is not safe. B Savage says, I'm thinking of joining a tour, but I have not talked to anyone writing letters. Should I wait until I write a few people first or jump on the trip? So our general advice for any destination would be send a message to a lady or two or three, whatever it is you feel like, your favorite ones. Don't send it to everybody, but your favorite ones. 2-3 weeks prior to to going, just introduce yourself, tell her since you like this lady a lot, tell her in 2-3 paragraphs about yourself, who you are, what you like, what you don't like, because it will just portray in a better light if you just compare to what if our staff just calls a lady, our local matchmaker calls, and all they know about you is basic information in your profile. There are like 5 sentences and 2 photos. They'll do their best, but there is only so much they know about you. So you're your best advocate, and introduce yourself first if you can. So we don't recommend to correspond a lot. Don't write to someone for a year without intention of going there, or not going there in the nearest future. But send some, couple of letters just to, make a good impression on a lady, to make sure she's interested in you. Mark says, do you think a Filipina will adjust to a small town in the United States? Yes, I think there is an excellent chance of that happening. So we have 2 offices in the Philippines, one in Cebu, one in Davao. Population of Cebu is about 1 million and Davao is 1.5 million, so those are large cities. But for the most of it, you guys should keep in mind those ladies coming from provinces. So they come from small villages, and they come into big cities just to make money, to work, to support their families. So if they happen to move to smaller areas, again, I'm not saying for the entire Filipino population because it's not the right thing to do, but majority of those ladies will be just quite fine with it. But just of course you need to talk to every individual lady about it. So I do not see a problem with that. So again, if you would compare it to Eastern Europe, that might present some challenges in many cases, but with Filipino ladies, I think you'll be just fine. This I arrived in Berlin on the last week of the 25th November to meet the lady in Germany, and then I'll stay in Kiev for a few weeks until December 19th and 20th. Well, again, I'm glad you're wrapping up your trip before the holidays, which will be good. Most likely the lady's still gonna be in town, but just coordinate everything with our staff. I'm sure Helen is looking forward to hearing from you. Renee says, about the mic interview, one date and he's all in with this girl. And what's your opinion? Well, it's hard to say. We talked about it a lot, between me and Anna about it, because Anna from Odessa obviously has a little bit more insight on the whole situation. She was there. Generally speaking, we do not advise doing that. Of course, if you totally feel like it's the right thing to do it, sometimes miracle happen. If you feel like it's that miracle case, I'll go for it. But generally speaking, it's not the best idea. Just not to go to second social, give up on that. We've all been saying that, me, John, everybody for years. Just go through it. Explain your lady you have to do everything you need to do, and you go see her and spend time with her. But of course, the war situation threw a curveball to it, and it's complicated right now. So Mike felt like that's his destiny, and he has to go to Kharkov. I'm sure. Well, and Edith told him that, well, if you really want to do it, go for it. But you probably should stay and meet other ladies. But again, if he feels that's his destiny, it is what it is. Gleason says, how safe are the Ukraine tours? Well, we just had one. Everybody came back safe and in one piece, not missing any kidneys, so everybody's okay. And we have 2 more tours coming up. And again, most likely, November tour I'm leading, and October I'm most likely going to be there myself. So do you think I'm going to be risking my own life for that? But generally speaking, of course, guys, keep in mind, Ukraine is still a war zone. There's never a guarantee, and even with that tour schedule, if something changes tomorrow, and if something happens, we're gonna cancel the tours. If there is a situation between Ukraine and Russia changes and the danger increases, we'll cancel it. But as of now, it's possible to travel to Ukraine. I have dozens of guys traveling to Ukraine this month, and again, I see our tours in October, November just going just fine. So, but again, that's your, it's your decision. Not gonna drag anyone to Ukraine. So think about it. If you feel like you're comfortable with that, we'll be happy to assist you. Renee, the girl in pink dress in the Ukraine video was on the reality show in the US. Not sure what to tell you. I don't know what reality show, what the girl in pink dress. I would suggest if you could possibly send us email with a screenshot and we can talk more about it, because totally missed that, so I don't know what to tell you, unfortunately. And how would she be in Ukrainian TV show if she is in Ukraine? That's video is from 3 weeks ago in Ukraine. So if she was in Ukraine in a war zone 3 weeks ago, it's unlikely she would be on a US reality show with US visa. So I don't think it is the case. Most likely she looks like someone, but would be happy to talk more about it. Mark says, answer to the poll question, I would just have a little more confidence. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Dawn, I was told by a Ukrainian woman that they don't dress up for themselves or a man, it's because of other Ukrainian women. It is actually, at least partially true, sis. Because, when all women around you is looking so nice and dressed up, of course, it's a little bit competition in a sense, you cannot walk around with sweatpants when everybody is wearing nice dresses and heels and hair and makeup. You don't want to be the last one out there and walking around sweatpants. Of course, you want to match the rest of the people. So yeah, I can see that happening. It's totally natural. But also, I cannot say, I have to say it still has to do something with attracting a guy because of the lack of the men in Ukraine, especially nowadays. So it is still a little bit of competition for that going on as well. Let's see. One second, guys. Sorry. Charlie. Hi Anna, how are you doing? The answer to the poll question. If I can change one thing about my dating life, it will be financial. If it can be expensive, about $5,700 for a trip, or Euro or Asian club, if fares included. What? So I think it just question is, when's the AFA 2025 tour schedule? So as far as AFA tours, like the most expensive tour we have right now is to Ukraine. It's $5,200. But given the circumstances, it's understandable. But most of the tours to other group tours, which covers your hotel, your unlimited introductions, social events, and other stuff, is about $3,300 for the most of destination. So it's not that much because, or you can do, if you're a little bit more on the budget, you can always do individual introductions or a club. Club is $1,700 for a week of introductions or whatever selected destination where we provide services. So it doesn't cover your flight or hotel, but that's and again, if you're very, very in the budget, I suggest just to travel to Latin America. Flights are cheap. You can get a round trip ticket for $300-400 round trip, and you can do a few individual introductions. So it's $150 office fee and $125 per introduction. It's really not a lot. And go meet few ladies and see where it goes. It takes you to. But we still always recommend group tours just because, since you're going out there, it's the best to meet a lot of people. It's a numbers game. It's like you're buying a lottery ticket. More lottery tickets you buy, more chances, you're gonna be in luck. And also let our local matchmakers work with you and help you find that special person. Because if you do just individual introductions, okay, you tell us, okay, I want to meet this lady A, B, C, D, and we'll schedule it for you. But are they a good match for you? Not necessary, because you just judge it by their photos, and it's not necessarily the best way to go about it. So matchmakers knows the ladies personally; they can recommend someone for you. So again, I would recommend at least individual tours or group tours is always the best, just because of the socials. So if you can do that, good. But again, if you're totally in the budget, there are cheaper options to do things, and you can always talk to us, and we can help you with that as well. Okay, Larry. Men should know that writing letters, messages to women answered by anonymous agents who make it no contact with subject women. The agents write pretend to be women. Well, Larry, first of all, there is no anonymous agents in our system. So we do have a network of foreign offices with our staff working. We do also partner with affiliate agencies that we also partner with, and they also do have their local matchmakers. But we definitely have full information on our affiliate partners, what's going on, where's going on. So there's no anonymous agents. So there is no Boris in underwear writing letters on somebody's behalf. That's never going on. But if you ever do have any questions about any correspondence issues that's going on, you're thinking that Irina profile 123456 is not being sincere in her letters, reach out to us. We'll look into it. We'll call Irina. We'll talk to her, and we'll get back with you. We do so much to monitor on what's going on, and just call us the main office, talk to our staff. We'd be happy to help you. Del, Anna, my dear friend, it's good to see you again. It's good to hear from you, Del. My Detroit Lions will have better season than Minnesota Vikings. Well, thank you. Yes, JJ is out of the season. Thank you, and I'm depressed. Thank you for reminding and ruining my evening. Thank you. I would say go Lions, but no. Sorry. Raj. I exchanged messages with Filipino girl for 1.5 months, and then she proved herself to be a scammer. When her was Filipinos, Raj. If you did it on our website, please reach out to us. And, I have not, in 14 years doing that, I have not seen those cases. But, there's again, if it was our website, if something happened, please reach out to us. We definitely will investigate. We'll find out what happened, and we'll make things right. But talk to us. If it was not our website, there is please also not a good thing to portray the entire Filipino population based on one specific encounter you had on some random website, right? So let's just look into it and find out what happened. From Bloom. And you're going to cook a turkey. Matter of fact, I'm planning on that. Tour officially ends on Wednesday. But those guys wants to stick around for Thursday. Try to burn another turkey. Season of burnt turkey. It's coming up. Those guys that you missed a few years of the webcast, we have a joke about my dinosaur turkey that was burned on Thanksgiving in Kiev a few years ago. So one of those coming up again. Brian, maybe too early to ask, but has 2025 schedule has been released? Well, it should be on within about, I would say, a week. I've seen the schedule myself. We finalized and to approve it, so it should be on the website pretty much any day now. So might be even posted this week. So within a week, I would say it should be on the website, plus minus. Raj, were the girls in Ukraine social speaking English? Majority will not. So just let's have realistic expectation. Majority will not speak because majority of Ukrainians don't speak English. Everybody's learning English at school, but not on the level of 5th grade. So it's hard to keep the conversation going with the 5th grade level of English. So of course, most of the ladies would need an interpreter. But during the social, interpreters are provided. So you can have your matchmaker, your girl Friday walking around with you, and she's going to be translating all your conversation, write down the girls' phone numbers and helping you for those 4 or 5 hours. So if you're really totally convinced you want to date only ladies that speak English, she'll help you meet only those. That's fine. But of course, for the best results, we still recommend to diversify and meet different kind of people with different background, different English level, because what if that perfect lady that's just perfect for you, she doesn't quite speak English yet? English, that's easy to fix. Give her 2, 3, 4 months and she will speak it more or less, and you'll be able to communicate just fine. So it's not about the English level. Do you think foreigners dating in Ukraine during war will be targeted by Ukrainian men who are mad about it? Nope. That's no. That doesn't. I have not seen ever anywhere in any country. I just don't see that happening. First of all, Ukrainian men has their own problems going on right now, those that stayed in the country. they targeted by Ukrainian military, and they say, the problem is being drafted in the army right now, not making sure that women not going overseas. So that's not an issue. And there are so many available. I mean, why would they care? Because even before the war, the percentage was what, about 46% of guys versus 54% of women. So it was already more women even before the war. And now was even with a lack of guys given the war situation, it's even more women. So there's no competition. There's so many single women in Ukraine. It's just not a there is no problem for Ukrainian guys with that at all. Steven, no, what if you have points to go? 1 second, Steven. What if you have go? What if you have points to go on a trip, just to have to pay for the transportation? So if you do have tour credits, that's fantastic. We can apply to it. So if you have enough points to pay for the whole tour, great. So yeah, it's exactly the point. You just will be responsible for your transportation cost and miscellaneous spendings throughout the tour dates. So like you're paying for interpreters when needed, and whatever you spend on your dates. Yeah, absolutely. You can apply your tour points. Next one, adventures in exploring. My answer to tonight's question is no more dating women with children of any age. It never works out for many reasons. They are too long for message system. So as far as dating women with children, I understand a lot of guys are very hesitant to it, and a lot of guys had negative experience with that. And that's okay. I mean, that's your personal choice. If you're totally against that, that's fine. You can use a search engine, select women that do not have kids. That's fine, but I still recommend to guys just to keep an open mind. And sometimes you can find the right person. She might have a child, and you might just get along well with that kid. You might have two, 3 negative experience prior to that when it was hell on earth, trying to get along with the kid from the previous marriage, but you never know. So just diversify, and again, date different people, different backgrounds. You never know. Be savage. My poll answer is, what would I change? I can figure out which women are the best. All are so beautiful, Asian, Latin, Ukrainian, all just have too many beautiful women to choose. Well, yes, I agree. Every continent has so many beautiful women, so it's just your personal choice where you want to go. If you don't know where to go, flip a coin. Sometimes that's the best way to go. Mark, and I smoked out the whole group tour with a burnt turkey. Hey, first of all, technically, I wasn't necessarily the one who burned the turkey. It was Gena, so let's blame Gena for doing that. But it was, again, a funny story for those that missed that. Was Thanksgiving tour, and I told Victoria, the Kyiv office manager, that we're gonna cook Thanksgiving turkey, and can you find the big one so we can cook it? She's like, how big do you want it? It's like, well, as big as you can find it. So Victoria brings us this freaking dinosaur Chernobyl-sized turkey like this, literally big. And so she brings this monster to the hotel, and Victoria, where do you think we're gonna cook this monster? She's like, well, I don't know, you told me the biggest one. Because I told you, he'll like have 20 plus people coming over. So we rented an apartment with a stove, we tried to squeeze in this dinosaur in that oven. We kind of did, but the legs were still sticking out of the oven. So we had to, I lost the pictures, but we had to tie the oven, so the legs of the turkey still was sticking out. We tried to cook it, so of course the top layer was totally burned, the underneath was raw, the middle was relatively eatable. Bottom line, nobody died from food poisoning, but it was fun thing to laugh about. And we made borscht that was served in the plastic cups, and there was a lot of funny things we just laughed about, because in that apartment, while we were trying, me and Dessa and the Kyiv staff tried to cook the dinner on 15 minutes notice, basically. There's nothing, no forks, spoons, knives, and we're trying to cut everything with a plastic knife. So everybody had a blast, guys came to help, so basically guys from the tour also helping. And it was just, it was such a good time. So this time, Note to myself, I will never ask Victoria to order dinosaur turkey, so we're gonna get a normal sized bird. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. It still might be burned, guys. If you're on my tour, don't judge me. My cooking skills are highly questionable. Renee, Anna, it was filmed a few years ago. 90 Days Fiancé's reality show she participated in. Well, then she looks like somebody else. I mean, there is no way because whatever you saw in the video, again, is currently in Ukraine without a visa, so there is no chance she would be currently in the United States. And just because of the people, people work in immigration, so they just look like someone. DC Cat. Do you have men that are physically disabled to go on tours and have good luck finding a wife that you know of? Personally, I might need to think about it, but I can think of some guys that have wheelchairs and other restricted mobility, and I know there are some marriages came out of this, guys who are fine, but again, just everything. Well, a lot depends on the specific destination. Just talk to us about it, and we'll try to accommodate you the best we can. Blue. I met my fiance's kids and grown and love me. Of course, they even help you to do a proposal. I've heard. Well, again, congratulations on your engagement again. I'm looking forward to be on your wedding. Guys, we do have another video for you, so which we're probably gonna end the night with. So thank you for watching tonight. Enjoy the watching video from our most recent Peru tour, and Gustavo will introduce you to some wonderful ladies. Thank you.
Hello guys, this is Sara from AFA in Lima, Peru office. Today I'm here with Eliana, who is a member of our agency, to talk a little bit. She's a participant for today, our social. So hi Eliana, how are you?
Hi Sarita, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me here. Hi everybody, I'm so happy to be in this event for the...
Yeah. Okay, so Eliana, what are your expectations for tonight, this social event?
Well, my expectations are have a great night with a gentleman that they came from different parts of the world, so they're very welcome here in Peru. And we hope to have a great moment, share different experiences, and that they enjoy our country, our culture, how the Peruvian woman is in real time.
Yes, of course. That's very important to know how Peruvian women are in real time, face to face. Not only pictures, not only letters, just to talk, to have the chance to talk with them. And why, Eliana, now another question, why to meet a foreign guy?
That's a great question. Why to meet a foreign guy? Because I embrace different cultures in the world. I highly appreciate. And that contrast of, for example, when a person is from a different language, a different culture, I think we could learn one culture from each other. So for me, that's important. Also, for me, it's important to embrace traditional values. So as a Peruvian woman, we believe in that traditional values. So it's important because I think there's in the world different gentlemen that they're looking for the same cause.
Okay, yes. Guys, as you can see, she's beautiful. Her name is Eliana, is a Peruvian woman, real woman, and she speaks English. So no matter the language. So just only decided to come here to Peru and to meet this beautiful woman who is really waiting to meet you, someone for your life. Okay, Eliana. So I wish you the best tonight in this Saturday social. Hope you enjoy your time. Hope you meet other women here also. And the most important, you meet the guys who are coming for this social. Okay, so thanks for coming too.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hi, this is Yanela from AFIS Office in Peru. Today I'm here with Gustavo. He told me his experience here in the social event in Peru.
Hello, everybody. Well, I want to say that the staff over here at the Peru office have been doing a great and fantastic job at the social event. It's been a very nice experience. In regards to Peruvian women, I must say that they are very nice, sincere. I could see that they are here at the social event because they are very much interested in finding somebody nice, sincere, with good values, and they are committed to have a serious relationship with that special person. In general, I must say that all Peruvian women are amazing.
What do you think about the Peruvian women? More explain.
Well, Peruvian women are really gorgeous. I have had the opportunity to interact with a couple of them, and I was really surprised by their beauty. They have professions, they're professional women. So all of them mostly have a career, so that's good, and they are very intelligent. On top of that.
Okay, thank you, Gustavo. So I so happy that you're happy with this event, this social event. So thank you. Say bye.
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 Thank you so much.
Hi, Brian.
Hello,
I'm
Anna.
so happy to see you today with flowers.
It's from your advice. It's wonderful.
You're going on a date, obviously.
Yes, I'm very excited to go out on a second date.
On a second date already.
Yes.
Who is this lady? She was on your initial list, or you met her on a social?
She was on my initial list, and she came to the social. We met and we hit